Yo, good neighbors, this is Phil Russert. StreamYard really has to work on that because I always have a problem with that. You click the thing, it doesn't go, and then as you click it again, it goes, and then it stops and it freezes. Anyway, sorry for that mess up. This is CreatorCon Q&A, and as you know, we like to try to help launch some live streams, do live stream launch parties for Kickstarters for people. And tonight we have a really good guy from down south doing his new book, issue 2 of Cold Kutter, and we're going to do the Kickstarter campaign tonight. I'm going to introduce him. I just want to remind everybody, please stick around, watch. You don't never know. You may find something that you really like, and you may find a new comic that you're really excited to see continue. So we got to support indie. We got to give them a chance. At least just give them a look. Your time, a few minutes of your time really doesn't cost much. So come hang out with me as I introduce to you writer, artist, creator, all-around cool dude, celebrity at cons, millionaire, playboy anthropist, Charles W. Morgan.
Hello, Phil. How are you tonight?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm sitting around here and, like you said, down south, and just got through feeding my cat, and I'm ready to talk about Cold Kutter.
Well, we wouldn't know by your accent that you're from down south, if I'm to be honest. So,
hey, that's all right.
Triff shared the video. Your wife is supporting. That is awesome.
All right. Great.
You have a lovely wife. I got to meet at Heroes Con last year, and it was a pleasure. She's a very nice woman and well out of your league, just so you know. But that's okay. Mine's out of my league too. Smart.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, she's way above my league for sure.
DM Ray, what's going on? He says hello.
Hello, DM.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the Kickstarter in a minute. Tell us a little about yourself and where Cold Kutter came from.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Charles W. Morgan, and I created Cold Kutter. Cold Kutter was an idea that I had, many years ago, and I just never developed a story until a few years ago. And it's just something that I've always loved, crime noir thrillers, whether it be a TV show or a comic strip, so I wanted something that would be in a classic vein of like a Rip Kirby or the Juliet Jones strip from back in the 50s or 60s. But I wanted it to be a modern time, a modern era.
Sure.
With a classic feel. So that's why it has the black and white interiors.
So, I mean, some people, they say, oh, crime noir. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a crime noir guy, but I have book one and I enjoyed it because it's not that really stoic, just plain old cookie cutter crime noir. It's got good action in it. It's got, revenge in it. It's got gunplay in it. And in book 2, you add some really cool stuff. But before we get into all that, you didn't just write this. You penciled and inked the interiors, correct?
That's correct. I wrote, created, and I did the pencils and the inks. And, I just spent a lot of time on issue number 1, just trying to, hone my craft a little bit.
Very cool.
I definitely had a good mentor in Joseph Rubenstein.
And, hey, Michael Warnski, what's going on? He said, hey, guys. So... all right, we're going to go into the campaign, but Cold Kutter 1 did very well on Kickstarter for your first time. You had a couple thousand on that. You had almost 50 backers. And congratulations, because, I have to say, as much as I thought the first book looked really good, you've upped your game for book 2. I really feel that your art, your sequential storytelling, camera angles, and your inking have gotten even better by this second book, which is a testimony to your passion and love for this book. So I really commend you on that. It looks fantastic.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Before we get into that, why don't you show some of the original art that's going to be on the campaign that we will go over after, but I want them to see it live.
Yeah, so I've got some covers here that I wanted to show. I got a cover that I penciled and Joseph Rubenstein did the inks on it, and just want you to see that.
Nice.
Just a beautiful piece. I really wanted Joe to be a part of this, because he means so much to me. And not only that, his art style really lends itself well to a crime noir type story. So that's that one. Then we got the legendary Larry Stroman. he did all the artwork on this. I just kind of,
Yeah, that's a great cover.
I told him what I wanted, and it came back in the mail, and I was just floored. I was like, wow, this is just really, really awesome. And the colors by Jesse Hiege, he's just knocking it out. You know, this.
Yeah,
this
what you're gonna
cover,
see.
Yeah, this particular cover just really, really did well on the color side.
Just so you know, real quick, Raphael said, "Woo, party time, excellent." Eric Morgan is in the house.
Oh, thank you.
I'm here tonight.
Eric.
How's it going?
Yeah,
Kenny said the artwork is great.
Thank
Eric's
you.
your brother?
Yeah, Eric's my brother. Kenny is the artist on Cold Kutter #1, the studio cover.
Raphael loves the cover.
This is the cover I did.
Hang on, let's get through these people real quick. Leah, Teliercio, I'm sorry.
Yes, Miss Leah. Hey, how are you? She's my cousin. So she's checking in. Hello.
And then Raphael. Whoa, I just want to get through a few of those. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
now show us. I love this cover. This and Larry's one of my favorites.
So this is my cover that I penciled and inked, and I've really been told that I draw cars really, really well. But I love muscle cars, and this is a '69 Chevelle SS, and I currently have one that I restored over many years, and it's just something I love, So, but yeah, I inked this, penciled it. And Jesse Hiege really knocked the colors out on this one as well. He's just done a great job on the color work.
And you didn't just have gunplay in this one. You do a car chase in this second book, and you did a great job on it. Car chase is not easy to draw, man.
Yeah, so we have a little car scene in there for sure to try to up the action. I really want some exciting scenes in this book. It's not just about talking heads and detective work with a microscope. A magnifying glass. It's actually there's action, there's drama, there's all types of just some really great stuff. I think you're really going to be well pleased. Just give this book a shot.
Yeah, Raphael has a good point. He says you should have the car on the Kickstarter like a Matchbox or Hot Wheels version. That'd be cool. With Cold Kutter on the side.
Yeah, that would be really neat to have.
I know people who do custom cars like that. We could talk. Yeah.
Okay. But I wanted to show this one too. This one was inked by Mark McKenna. He's a legendary inker of Marvel, DC Comics. But I chose him because he's got a really smooth, slick style, and I wanted to have different styles and different looks for my covers. I wanted to be uniquely different, and I think we've really captured that.
Absolutely. And it must be awesome to be an artist, collaborate. I mean, not just that you created all this and collaborating with them, but just you're the artist that they inked over. That must be cool to see your work inked by professionals.
Yeah. I think that's the thing too. Is like I pencil it, so when Joe's came back, it had a certain feel to it. And when Mark's came back, I was just blown away because it was so different.
Yeah.
It was so clean, and that's just a different style in a different way, but it really knocks it out.
Very cool. Yeah, and you're going to have a lot of art on this campaign. Non-unpublished art. It's not part of the book, but stuff that you did.
Right. I got about 5. Yeah, I've got about 5 pieces. This is the other cover design. This is the sideways cover. I penciled and inked it. So this is the original art. Now, I'm not planning to sell any of this art on the Kickstarter. I'm really wanting to keep all of my cover art now.
There will be unpublished art though.
There will be unpublished art, and there will be a commissioned art tier. It'll be limited to 3, and then I'll do an 11x17 black and white on Bristol like this, a character of your choice with background.
Cool. By the way, Jeff Carbajosa, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. He's sent me a lot of color samples. He's a colorist. If you want to look at him and see if he's someone you want to work with, he's available.
Well, thank you for reaching out.
So let's get to this Kickstarter. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So Cold Kutter 1, when did that come out again? When did we do that?
Yeah, Cold Kutter #1 was the Kickstarter was in September. So the book was printed around January, February. So it's been out about 4 months now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it right there. And it's got the trailer.
Hey, Sean Wolf. How are you? So we're gonna play the trailer right now for you. So check this bad boy out.
I find myself in the middle of a gun battle. I've been shot, bleeding, can't see through the smoke from my gun barrel. I can hear my heart beating in my ears. Faster, faster, desperate, so desperate to rescue Trish from these murderous crime lords. I have only moments to get to Liberty's ground to save her. They crossed the wrong guy, and nobody is gonna stop me.
So that voiceover is by the talented Rafael Tavares Jr., who is in the chat with us now. What's up, Rafael?
That's
And
right.
the trailer was done by Robert Powers.
That's right. And that trailer was actually that's for number 2. I don't know if that's what you meant to do, but that is actually the number 2 trailer, right?
Yeah, we're pumping the number 2 campaign. So yeah,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense.
So this is your force. You're right there, Charles?
Yeah, so this is the logo for 4Speed Studios, and we are on it tonight.
Charles has a little Jack Daniels sitting next to him or something.
No, not me.
Yeah, it came from the radio. Great show. You should check that out. They're on a ton of different everything from Spotify to Google to Facebook, everywhere. Check them out. Mark Torres and crew. He said I thought that voice sounded familiar.
Yeah, that's Raphael.
So 4Speed Studios, and there's a little synopsis on them, on Charles' company. But Charles, tell us about Cold Kutter. Without spoilers, tell a little about Cold Kutter 1 and then what we are to expect in 2.
Sure. So Cold Kutter 1 kind of sets up the action. It sets up the story. And there's kind of a backstory because on page 1, when it begins, Dylan Cutter, he's the actual, he's the main character, but he's actually in a partnership with his brother in a, private investigator partnership, but his brother's been murdered. So by the time we get to page 1, that's already happened. So there's a backstory, but then the action picks up. There's some shooting happens. There's a big action scene, where Dylan has to chase down an attacker who's trying to kill him. He goes up on a rooftop. They end up shooting a guy, but he lives. And then they find out he's the same guy that killed his brother. So, they were involved in investigating and helping to incarcerate these drug dealers, So they have a large drug syndicate. And this guy named Jabbo Jones is the guy that captures, but he's the guy that he's trying to stop them basically. So by the time the first book wraps up, Dylan is finding himself in a very tough situation. He's having to try to rescue his love interest because they're actually trying to kill her. So, they're trying to stop him, but they're trying to entrap him. So book number 2 picks up where book number 1 leaves off, and he's trying to rescue her. And it's a really intense situation. He's only got minutes to get there. If he don't get there, her life will probably end. So you really, without a spoiler, I can't say too much about that. But
it creates a lot of tension, and there's a big climactic third act in the first book that results in her possible demise, and you're left hanging, no pun intended, wondering what's going to happen. So this takes over right from where you left off at the end of issue 1, correct?
Right. It takes over right where we left off. So he's trying to rescue her in a very it's a really tough situation. I do introduce new characters in the second issue, the second book. We get a little glimpse of some shadowy figures who are behind all this drug activity that's going on, and we're getting to see a glimpse of who's behind it, but we don't really know exactly. But you're going to find out, and so we're seeing some good characterization. There's a lot of action in this book. intense drama and things like that. So I really feel that if you give it a shot, you won't be disappointed.
Very cool. We were just showing off the team. Now we got some interior pages just to give you an idea of what's going on without spoilers. So, he's in the middle of a gunfight with several individuals, and she's up top. And now, to make it, some people may look at this and say, damsel in distress. We've kind of gone away from that with stories, these days, because we don't want to, portray women as meat all the time. I want people to know that not everything is what it seems. And if you get book 2, you're going to find that out. So it isn't this weak damsel in distress that needs to be saved by Dylan. It's a lot more intricate than that. So I would say give it a try and see for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's definitely got some different sides to her, and you'll find out in book number 2.
The art style reminds me of John Sable Freelance.
Yeah.
With Mike Grell, which is pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. I didn't consciously try to do that, but I see the similarities.
Just style-wise. No, it's meant as a compliment. I'm not saying you're ripping them off. I'm saying it's just style-wise. It gives you that feel.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's a compliment, really. It is. I love Mike Grell's work. He's always been a favorite of mine.
Car. So you're a big car fanatic, and you drew this really well.
Well, thank you. The other trick is to try to get the shine on the paint. To get that glimmer across the paint without overdoing it or underdoing it. So, yeah, it's a trick to it, but I'm not saying it's perfect. But it's got it's a job to do on it. And
now you said you're a fan of muscle cars and you own one. So how much did that play into your choice of car and just your ability to draw cars so well?
Yeah, so I guess I grew up around muscle cars, going to car shows. My dad owned a body shop in Middlesboro, Kentucky, and I hung out there on Saturdays. So I saw a lot of cars, a lot of neat cars, and I was always like, one of these days I'd like to have one. So that played a big role in my selecting this particular muscle car, because this is the one I own. It's the same make, model, but I love all of them. Dodge, Ford, Mopars, Chevrolets. But yeah, it's just another character. It's like another character within the book. So I just wanted to bring that into it.
The only thing I hate is I love muscle cars too, and they always bring muscle cars in just to get wrecked and destroyed, and I'm like, no.
Well, that does happen a little bit in here, as you can see on this page here. It gets a little damage.
Little, jeez. So we're going to show you a lot of the stuff that's available. He has some things that are limited in quantity, right? That whether they're just limited in art tiers or whatever. Because of the way Kickstarter works, please know that pick your tier as one of the limited quantity items first. And then when you go to checkout, it offers you add-ons, and in the add-on you can pick whatever else you want. Like he has a limited amount of pieces of art. So if you want to buy the book, but you want the art, you buy the art as your main tier, and then the book would be the add-on. It's just the way Kickstarter is. Unfortunately, you got to find a ways around it. So that's why I wrote this here, just to let you know.
Yeah. So that tier right there, that's the Mark McKenna signed autograph of cover C. So he's graciously agreed to sign some his autograph on some books. So if you would like to have it signed by him, we'll offer a certificate of authenticity from 4-Speed Studios, and we'll get that done. But that's limited to 10 copies.
Yep. By the way, Gerald says hello, Phil and Charles.
Hey, Gerald, how are you?
And it came from since you came on that car, you're one step closer to cosplaying your character or cons. Nice.
Yeah, I could drive it into the place, right?
And then what you do is you have Raphael hang out with you and hide somewhere, and he could anytime he'll do the noir narrative, even though you're not speaking because you're thinking to yourself. That would be fun.
Exactly. That would be cool.
That's great. We've got blank sketch covers. Everybody loves blank sketch covers, so you can. Yep. Now, keep in mind, Charles is an artist. If you like the art you see, you could buy the blank sketch cover, and then you can, commission him to draw something on it.
That's right.
So that's a possibility, or any other artist that you find
Mm-hmm.
to be awesome.
Right.
So that's the issue 1 sketch cover.
Right.
Here's
That'll
the-
have the number book in it. Yeah. Right.
And this is the issue 1 5-pack. So basically, they're $10 for the book, but if you buy 5, we take $2 off each. You get it for $40 for 5 sketch covers that you can get some awesome art on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have for book 2 the sketch cover and the pack of 5.
Right. Yep. Yep. So that's a copy. I guess that's the look of the cover for Cold Kutter number 1. That was a studio cover.
And this is the catch-up tier. So if you guys missed Cold Kutter 1, you can grab Cold Kutter 1 here on the campaign,
Right.
and
Right.
go with that. But by the way, we are 22 minutes in. You want to launch this bad boy so people can start?
Sure.
All right, you do that. Well, we're going to. So this is catch-up. Okay, we're gonna have a catch-up tier if you want one. And then we get into the covers and books. And just to show you, here is that car cover colored by Jesse Hagee. Jesse's really talented out of Phoenix. And look at the shine he put on that car. This is a great cover. I love it. It's fantastic. So Raphael said, "My name is Charles W. Morgan. I'm a writer and artist. My weapon is a pen and I slay." And Alex Sarabia says, "Hello."
The project just went live.
All right, so let's refresh this. We are live, people. Do not hesitate to back and pledge and support. We're going to go over more of what's on the campaign, but I just want, there's everything for somebody here. There's art, there's blank sketch covers, there's the comics. You can get both 1 and 2 if you missed the first one. Again, I just want to remind everybody, independent people work hard to give you different stories, different takes, and even take tropes you've seen before, but do them in new and different ways. And this isn't a typical crime noir story. Charles does take it somewhere else, and you start to see that in issue 2. So I ask that you come out, you give it a shot, you support, and help fund this book so that Charles can continue with 3, because you won't be disappointed. Missy Mays.
Yeah, my Aunt Missy.
We really enjoyed the first issue. Can't wait to get the second. Great artwork and story. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Let's get back to that cover. What happened? Everybody there? I lost everybody for a minute there.
I hear you. I hear you now.
So there's the cover colored by Jesse. It looks beautiful. Fantastic. I love that cover. Thank you, Raphael, for dropping the link, buddy. The link is live, guys. Click on it now and go support, please. Charles is a good guy. And he's got 15 illegitimate kids to feed, so he needs money. Kidding. So that's fantastic. And here's the side cover. It's done like a calendar, which is awesome. That's the original art that we showed earlier.
Yeah.
That's by Charles and Jesse.
Yeah. This is the Mark McKenna cover, inked cover.
With Jesse Hagee colors again.
Right. Jesse Hagee colors. My pencils. These are my pencils with Joseph Rubenstein inks. Jesse Hagee colors. Larry Stroman, ink pencils, Jesse Hagee colors.
Yeah, Larry did a great job on this.
And Rob Power's done a wonderful job, I thought, on the trade dress logos on that one. It's like everything's blowing up, you know.
Yeah.
So I really liked the way he done that, and I approved it.
And here you have the combination tier of getting 1 and 2 at the same time. Make it easier on you, because we know that if you want to do one of the limited ones, it's easier to just do that and then pick this and you're good to go. We wanted to make this a little streamlined for you and easy and less confusing. If anybody does not know how to use Kickstarter, you can reach out to Charles and you can reach out to me. I'm happy to help you navigate the page.
Right.
If you get a little confused or it's a little overwhelming, because I understand if it's new to you, it can seem overwhelming and you're not sure what to do. Just reach out to either one of us. I promise you, I will be very receptive to assist you.
That's right. Any questions you have, just give us a call. We'll try to take care of it.
Then we got to pick 3 of the first 5 covers of Cold Kutter. You could pick your 3 favorites in that tier at a discounted price. So these were the 5 from the first campaign. You could pick any 3 of these to be your choices in that tier. And then there's the all-in. Say you don't want 3, you want all 5. They look fantastic, right? You've got the Kenny Calderon cover and the black and white gray tone variant, right?
Right. Yeah, that's Kenny Calderon in the middle there, and it's gray tone variant. Those other covers are by me, and the one at the top on the right, Joseph Rubenstein inked that one right there.
Nice. So you can get all in on that. And then we've got pick 3 for the 5 covers for Cold Kutter 2. So if you love these covers, but there's 3 that really stand out to you and you want them, there you go. Maybe you want the big name Larry Stroman, Joseph Rubenstein, and Mark McKenna. Maybe you just love that car and the calendar way he did this cover, Charles, But hey, if you like all 5, boom, all in. You can pick 3 or you can do all 5 at discounted rate.
Exactly.
And then there's the greedy Gretchen here. Look at this. Force Feed Studios all in. If you like all 10 covers, you get them at a discounted rate. You can get all 10 Cold Kutter covers. And look, hindsight can be a you-know-what. What if Charles, this book blows up someday? You'll have all the original covers. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it'd be a collector item.
We have stretch goals. We want to. Charles wants to reward people, as we get to certain levels. If we get to 1,500, we will unlock a die cut foil sticker. Charles art.
Right.
And that's a foil sticker, so those are pretty. And I had you showed me the car, didn't you? It would look great. Die cut foil sticker for the car, which is 2,200, and that looks really great. Do you have them there?
Yeah, I've got them right here. Trying to see if I can get them to show up on the camera. 1 second. Yeah, so I added the Cold Kutter logo to it. If you'll see here.
Nice.
I don't know if it'll focus or not.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, so that's that one. So yeah, that's something that you don't have the other one yet? Yeah, so this one, I don't know if it shows up through the plastic. That's basically the cover.
Oh, that's the third one at 3,000.
That's the third one at 3,000. So if we hit 3,000, we got this really cool stretch goal
That's pretty
sticker.
nice.
Yeah, it's got a nice gloss film on it.
Yeah.
Nice rounded edges,
Poke an eye out, get a paper cut.
Yeah. Yeah, something nice.
He's thinking of your safety, guys.
Yeah, and these are stickers too, so you can stick them to something if you want to.
Yeah, like my kids all over the floor. Very cool. So if we hit 3,000 there, and hey, if we exceed that, we'll come up with more stretch goals for you.
We'll come up with more stuff. That's right.
Now, again, just to remind you, here's some original art tiers. These are not published covers. This is just art that fan art, so to speak, that Charles did. But it's original art. It's original pencils and inks by Charles, and it's available on the campaign. Note that because they're original, they're limited to 1, so make them your initial pledge, and then your add-on would be the book.
Exactly.
So that's a nice one. There's a little transformation going on there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a little bit of a spoiler, a little bit, but she had a hairdo change right there.
That's a tough perspective to do. Nice.
Yeah, that's a con sketch. I actually done that at the Atlanta Comic-Con while I was sitting there, got a little slow, and I said, well, let me sketch something out and see how it goes.
Look at you.
I wanted to put that on here,
Look at you, professional.
Yeah, well, I'll try. Yeah, that one's a little more of a, dramatic scene there. A little glamorous, And here she's, she's showing what she's got a little bit. She can She's got a few skills.
Yeah, keeping that dress down is a good skill.
Yeah, I wanted to keep that down, and just and this one here, I just really wanted to have a really nice, stance, and there's some danger going on there. Maybe she got knocked down or something, and she's getting ready to get back up and take care of the bad guys here. Just a sketch. So yeah.
And again, those are original pieces of art that are
Mhm.
limited to one.
Yeah, they're limited to one. That's it. So when they're gone, they're gone.
As add-ons, you can make any cover a virgin. For you who don't understand what that is, that means without the trade dress, without the title in the corner box, so you can just have the art to enjoy on the cover.
Yeah, and a lot of people like that. They really do.
Yeah, they do. Or you can make it a foil, or you can make it both.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
you can make, if you get both add-ons, you can make it a virgin foil.
Right.
Or you can do one or the other.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, Charles fulfills quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, as you know, it depends on the printer. We have 2 backers so far, $68. Fantastic. Thank you.
Awesome.
But
thank you a
Charles
lot.
fulfills quickly. He communicates regularly, and he won't let you down. So come on out and check this out. So let me ask you, Charles, is this a limited series? Is this an ongoing series?
Right now, I've got it planned for 5 issues. Okay. So probably at the end of 5, I'm going to make a decision on it. I would really like it to continue, but if the story kind of ends there, that may be it. But I just haven't made my mind up entirely.
Okay. Well, sometimes a story really just takes it, it takes it where it needs to go on its own. Hey, Greg Conauer Kelso, what's going on? You should check out Greg's show. He does a streaming show as well, and he has a convention coming up.
Okay.
So you should check them out. Yeah, talk to Greg and go follow his page.
All right, I'll definitely do that. Sure will. Yeah. So if it goes more than 5, then I'll probably do another story arc. I just kind of see me doing story arcs with it. Maybe 4 or 5 issues.
Now, at that point, that's kind of the template that a lot of the smaller publishers like Small Source Point Press and Scout want to do. Would you try to pitch to them, or are you content with saying, nope, I'm 4-Speed Studios, this is my gig, and I'm going to do it myself?
That's a good question. I mean, it takes a lot of time to produce and publish your own stuff, and I have no problem with doing it. But if somebody were to approach me, and if it were the right deal at the right time, it might happen to where I would pitch it or let them use it or something. But for right now, I'm 4-Speed Publishers, So.
Cool. Well, you know me, I'm of the adage, if you want to do it right, you do it yourself.
Yeah, then that's true. I wanted to have full control. So, and that's the thing. I have full control over it. I create it, right, draw it. You're editing it, and you're like, Charles, you can't do that, and I'm like, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. You just keep me straight on some of this stuff.
Well, that's the editor's job, right? I mean, if
That's
something's
right.
got to be tweaked. I mean, I loosely edited, the first one, and this one even less so. But a lot of people in the indie community, I know budgets are tight, but you really should have some other set of eyes. Editing your own book is not, even if you're a good editor, editing your own book is not advisable. You need separate eyes, because when you write the story, the feel you were going for, where it's going. You may not realize that that's not portraying that properly. Whereas, like someone, just an average reader, they're not following the same way you would, because you already know where it's going. You have to get an editor. Speaking of editors, Michael Williams, what's going on? So it's really important to get that second set of eyes, because I can edit other people's books, but I will not edit mine. I mean, I edit mine, but I have an editor that works with me as well, because I miss stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're excited to see your stuff. I don't care how professional you are. You're excited to see your stuff, getting your stuff out there, and to see pages coming in. And yes, you'll edit things based on, I wanted this camera angle, I wanted that. But sometimes you miss background details that are not consistent, or
okay.
You know, like I missed one of my characters didn't have a beard in one panel for some reason, a goatee,
Yeah.
and my editor goes, nope, there's a goatee missing, and another one who was missing a gold chain. It's like, where did that go? You know, so
Yeah.
it's little
Yeah.
things that make a difference, and editors,
Yeah.
professional editors, can make your book professional. So.
Yeah. I've caught a few things like that myself on this book, on this #2 book. So I'll definitely let you look at it closely for me.
Michael once said, hey, looking good, Charles.
Hey, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
Raphael said, detective team up.
Yeah. So I got a few fun facts here for you.
Go for it.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I used to sit around and look at covers, and I would try to draw the 1982 Wolverine miniseries covers. You know, it was by Frank Miller and Joseph Rubinstein. And what's kind of neat about that is now, 40 years later, I got Joseph Rubinstein inking my covers on my book. So that's just a little fun fact I want to throw out there.
Isn't that
yeah.
That's awesome.
It's just neat. Yeah, it's just a really good feeling.
I mean, how did that feel?
These guys.
When you approached Joe, were you nervous? Did you think he'd say no, or what were your thoughts?
Man, I was so nervous beyond belief because I'd been working with Joe for a little while anyway, just kind of tuning up my art, tuning up my inking to get it to a level that it needed to be. And, you know, to ask him to do this was kind of like saying, hey, Joe, I've arrived. Will you ink my book? So I didn't want to sound like that. I wanted to just say, hey, Joe, you know, I'm doing my best. I'd really love you to ink a book, ink a cover, but it really felt great when he agreed to do it. You know, it was like, all right. You know, he was kind of confirming that, cool. Hey, this is a good project. I'll do it, you know. And then to work with Mark McKenna, you know, that was a great feeling too. So he's such a nice guy. And his work is just
Mark's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's top shelf, you know, in every way. His work, everything.
You're at $258 or 4 backers.
Hey, that's great.
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
That's great. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Multiverse traveling goatee. He was talking about the missed goatee before. You also check out what Quan's got going on too. Quan helped me big time. He's an IT guy, really nice guy. He's got his own projects going on. You should check him out and follow his page.
Okay. We'll do.
So, you just got another backer. You're at $320 for 5 backers. You know, it's $1,000 goal. I want to remind everybody. You know, you see $1,000 goal and you think, okay, they made $1,000. Well, no, they didn't, because the book is done already, which means that whatever you had to pay for covers, supplies, everything to get the book done. I mean, he saves money being the artist and the writer, but he still has to pay for an editor, someone to do trade dress, etc. That costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And then you look at the print run, you look at Kickstarter taking 11%. And this includes shipping, this number. So shipping is included in that. So when you say 1,000, the truth of the matter is Charles loses money.
Yeah.
So let's get him well over 1,000. You know, let's get him to where he is in the black and making some money, because, you know, creators work very hard to give you a passion play, not a money grab, a passion play. They're writing what they care about, and they want you to enjoy comics the way we used to. You know, there's no agenda. The books aren't used as a pulpit to preach at you. There's no gimmicks. It's just, hey, let's entertain you with a quality story that I'm passionate about. And, you know, if noir is not your thing or crime drama is not your thing, sharing it out, letting everybody know about it is just as powerful, because the idea is increasing the audience. You know, we need to get to more. And with the Facebook algorithms burying you and Instagram algorithms burying you, and we're not big names, we need that help. And we need you to create buzzes. You know, if you liked Cold Kutter 1, tell people to talk about it. Create a buzz about it. Create a stir about it. You know, get people to say, what is that about? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Charles is giving you everything he's got. He runs a business during the day, and
Yeah.
he pencils and inks and writes and everything at night. Um, and we'd love to see it pay off for him. So if you can throw your support and your love, that'd be fantastic.
Thank you so much for saying that, Phil. It's really true. We're doing what we love to do, and we hope that people would, connect with it and support it, and just give it a chance.
So again, we're at $320 with 5 backers, which is great because that looks like you're averaging about $60, $61.
That's really great.
$64, I guess.
Yeah.
So that means that's probably people, going all in on all covers. That's great.
I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for everything that everybody does. It's just I'm really excited about the book. I'm really excited about it. I know you're gonna like it. You're gonna love the action, the drama, and suspense. I don't like a book that just has no action or no story. It's just maybe it's all action and no story. This has all of it. I know I'm the writer. I don't like bragging, but right now I'm wearing the publisher hat. So I've got to say, I've got to promote it, but it's really true. I really try to put all those elements into it.
Well, that's the other thing I don't know if some people understand, right? When we as indie people talk about our books a lot, it's not arrogance or narcissism. It's not us being self-centered. We don't have a Disney brand name. We don't have that huge following, and you have to consistently put yourself out there to people. So if you have that friend that's constantly talking about their publishing company, please cut them a little slack. They're just trying to build something here, the life that they really want. So cut them a little slack. They're not narcissistic, selfish people. They're hustling. They're working hard. They're promoting because no one else is going to do it for you. Turn your sound down.
Yeah, sorry about that.
By the way, I'm going to share this out to a bunch of groups.
All right.
Now, I put the Kickstarter page together, so if you see something that doesn't look great, that's my fault, not Charles. But if it looks great, then it's all me.
Thank you so much, Phil, for doing the page for me. So if anybody out there needs a page done,
well, I wasn't saying it for that reason. But thank you.
I want to say that because it's really true. You've done so well, and it's really helped me because I can't do everything, and you've really done the parts that I can't do. It would really take me forever to do because I'm not that technically gifted. So
I'm not either, brother. Believe me, I'm not either. But we do the best we can, and Quan can tell you I'm not technically gifted. He was like, "Man, this man doesn't know a damn thing."
Well, I've got another fun fact to throw out there. If you want to hear another one,
go for it.
Yeah. So my brother Eric and I would trade comics as kids, right? So we would always trade comics with the neighbor kid, Steve, and then sometimes my cousin would come over. And he was so happy to give me 2 or 3 books for one, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Not really thinking that these comics might be valuable one day. So I ended up losing all my 1982 Wolverine 1 through 4.
Oh no!
I think I got some oddball books or something, but I got a bunch of books. But later on, I was like, man, I wish I hadn't got rid of those.
Oh, man.
And so I later on tracked them back down, and I paid a lot more money for those books. And then about 4 months ago, I had Joe Rubenstein, who actually did most of the art on that book. I think Frank kind of did the breakdowns, and Joseph did actually, the finishes. But I had him autograph the covers on all 4. So, that was a good thing.
Well, look at him there. He nice. He got a professional model camera. He looks like a model, like they airbrushed his face and look at him.
Yeah, well, drama photo.
Well, he did do theater, I believe. Joseph. So he actually inks. He doesn't just ink; he acts.
Yeah.
And there's Mark. There's Larry. Larry's a good friend, and he's a good guy. Larry turned in a great cover. I really love the cover he turned in. Then there's Jason Meadows, the
He did.
letterer.
Jason Meadows.
Um,
Hmm.
and he did the letters, and he's a great guy. He's got his own stuff coming out soon. Tales from Neurosville. You're gonna see me promote that a lot. And then you got this handsome dude before he lost 60 pounds. That's one handsome dude, though, no matter what. Oh boy. Oh, Jason's here. Sexiest letterer, yes.
Oh, he's there. There he is.
Yeah,
Hey, Jason.
that's
I
right.
appreciate the letter work, man.
And then, of course, the trailers and the trailer and the trade dress by Robert Powers, Def Shogun. He's got a campaign launching the day before mine. So we all got a lot of campaigns launching this month. Jesse Hagee, the colorist.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to show the interiors one more time for everybody who came in late. Hey, Glenn, what's going on? So it's a black and white noir book. I mean, noir should be in black and white if I were to say, if I had my say. Very cool. And that car looks fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Got an interesting action-packed car chase, and these guys shooting this huge gun. Was that 50 calibers at him? Geez.
Yeah, it's like a 50 caliber, and they're in the back of this truck, so it's not gonna be too good for Dylan.
And just keep in mind, like you said, limited to 10. If you want to get Mark McKenna's signature, there's a tier here to get the book signed by Mark. There's 10 of them. Mm-hmm. And just to be transparent with everybody, that means Charles has to ship the book to Mark. Mm-hmm. And pay for Mark to ship the book back to him. So that's the reason for the cost of the tier. It's not extremely expensive, but just so you know, it's not Charles price gouging you and making money off of a signature. He's just covering the costs of sending the book to Mark because Mark lives in Jersey and Charles lives in Georgia.
Right.
So I like to make that clear because some people don't understand and they think magically Mark shows up at your house for free and signs them. They don't get it. And they're like, well, why is it, $20 for a book because of a signature or something? Shipping is shipping. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So just to make that clear for people. And then you get the sketch covers for books 1 and 2 and the 5 packs. You've got the Cold Kutter 1 studio cover that you can do, which is Kenny Calderon and Jesse Hagee colors. Art by Charles himself. Mm-hmm. I mean, not art. Wait, this one's by you.
That's by Kenny Calderon.
Oh, that is Kenny Calderon. You did the art on the other covers, right? Okay.
On the other covers.
This one's Charles for book 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Jesse Hagee.
I really love that car.
Yeah. Well, it's
the calendar cover.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And then you've got the Joe Rubenstein inked. Charles pencils.
That's Kenny, Mark McKenna.
Mark McKenna, I mean. Sorry, that's the Joseph Rubenstein. Sorry.
Yeah, that's got that real moody kind of a crime noir classic feel to it.
Gritty, I would say.
Gritty. Yeah, and I penciled it pretty much that way, but boy, he sure helped me out a lot. I tell you that.
Yeah,
he sure did.
You see the difference in the inking styles. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then you get the Larry Stroman.
I wanted them all to have a distinct look about them, and they really do. They really do. Because I'm a fan of art. I'm a fan of all art, So everybody's styles may not be my favorite, but these guys are right up there.
Absolutely. Then you get your catch-up, right? The studio covers of 1 and 2.
Yeah. So if you didn't get issue 1, you can get issue 1 at the same time that you grab issue 2. So if you've not read it, and you don't have it, go, gosh, I wish I'd have bought it. But like in the comic stores when they come out, you can't find it again, right?
Right. You've been doing well in comic stores. You've been selling well at your local comic stores.
Oh, yeah. When I dropped off my comics over there, the guy says, well, to be honest with you, I don't believe you'll sell any comics. Just to be honest with you, I don't believe you'll sell any. And I'm like, yeah, really? Why? Well, the independent publishers, they just don't buy them. My people that come in here, they just want to buy the big 3. And I'm like, well, we'll see what happens. And I walked out, and we've sold about 15 copies.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. By the way, when they say the big 3, people think it's Marvel, DC, and Image. It's actually Marvel, DC, and Dark Horse. Dark Horse is the 3rd largest publisher in the comic industry.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they are. So DM Ray said, I like the flavor of style. Glenn said Mark is a nice guy. And the DM also said gritty is a good descriptor. Yeah, I think so. And you want it to be gritty.
Yeah.
Again, you could pick any 3 of the 5 #1 covers, or you could get all 5, or you could pick any 3 of the #2 covers, or pick all 5.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all discounted if you buy them in the packs. Like if you buy an individual issue, you buy them, you get discounted, you save on shipping, things like that. So
yeah, and I wanted to say too, if there's any confusion on which cover's which, you could scroll all the way down, and there's it has it, it tells you which one is A, B, C, D,
Yeah. And under each cover it'll tell you, and in the descriptors it will tell you. Right. And then you get the 4-Speed Studios all in, right? The Greedy Gretchen. You get everything, all 10 covers.
Yep. They're all there if you want them. If you're a collector or you'd like to have them, that's the way to go. And
then we got some really cool die cut foil stickers that if we unlock these 1,500, 2,200, and 3,000. So come on, guys, let's get there. And then we got original art by Charles. Pencil and ink. These are one of a kind, original piece of art, 9x12.
Yeah.
So pick them up. So you can see the descriptor down there too, if you have any questions to match up.
Yeah, they're 9x12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. This is a tough pose. The foreshortening, good job.
Thank you.
And then again, make any of them virgins or make any of them foil, or you can get both add-ons and make it a virgin foil.
Right. Yep. You'd be surprised. A lot of people like them like that, virgin foils.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good upgrade.
Absolutely. So we're at 5 backers, $320. Come on, guys. Don't make me come to your house and toilet paper it. I will toilet paper your house if you don't come pledge on Charles' book. I'll find you. I'll find you.
Yep.
They'll come outside as toilet paper, like, fell off.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. The thing.
What's that?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say something. I kind of forgot. Sorry about that. But I'm just thinking about the book and just, how passionate I am about trying to get the story out there to people. If I can just get it in your hands, that's really what I want. I want to be able to get it out there. And let's not forget there's a $6 PDF.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, so there's a $6 PDF. You can get that. If you order a physical copy of any kind, you get a PDF also.
But if you don't want more books clogging up your house, your husband or your wife's getting mad at you like there's too many books, the PDF's perfect. You can read it anywhere you go, on any tablet, anywhere you go. Keep in mind too, there's pledge. I don't know why that said it's $62. That's so weird. It's not supposed to be.
Which one?
Why? I don't know. Oh, I know why. So anyway, that pledge without reward, if it's not your thing, but you do want to support what he's doing, you can throw anything in there: $1, $5, $10, $1,000, $2 billion. You can put anything in there you want. So we encourage you to just support. We work hard. We need money to keep making the books. So if you could support us, that would be wonderful.
That'd be wonderful. Yeah. And I had several do that last time.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, because sometimes it's just not your thing, and that's fine. But you do want to help. You do want to support. You do care. You think Charles is a great guy. That's a good way to do it. Sharing out is huge, but if you could throw a little money, even just at the donation thing, that would be great. $1, $2, whatever.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and it's appreciated too.
Yeah, and we got those, like I said, we got those PDFs. And all the physical copies you get, all the physical tiers will come with the PDF as well. And if you get like the catch-up tier where it's books 1 and 2, you'll get the PDFs of 1 and 2 as well.
Right.
So you're getting you're getting a lot more for your $1.
Yeah, and those little images really help when you go to pledge on something, because you're actually looking at what you're pledging on right there.
And matching up.
Really helps. Yeah.
Yeah. So take a ride with Dylan Cutter in this gritty crime noir thriller set in modern Manhattan where gangs and crime lords run rampant. By the way, you got a good old boy in Georgia doing a story in Manhattan. You got to support that. You got to really give some love to that.
Yeah, and that's one thing about it. I took a trip to New York City in 2020. We took our son Kenny up there, and he always wanted to go. I think he had been a few times or something before, so we wanted to go and just kind of see it. We'd never been to New York, so we went up there and visited all the sites. And if I would have known you then, I probably would have come saw you too, Phil. But
yeah, I would have locked my doors and pretend I wasn't home, but that's okay.
I wouldn't blame you.
I'm just kidding. Raphael calls you the Man Hatter.
Yeah, I would have saw him too, probably. Yeah, I'd say, hey, Raph, I'm over at the coffee shop. Come see me.
And just another reminder to everybody, for those who are not familiar with Kickstarter, they do not take your money right away. As you see, there's 29 days to go. It's a 30-day campaign. So if it funds, and it's going to, but once it reaches more than 1,000 and it's funded and the 30 days are up, that is when Kickstarter will take the money from your credit card or whatever system you used. So you have 29 days before this money is going to come out. So if you know you're going to have the money at the end of the campaign, but maybe you don't have it right now, you don't have to wait. You can put it in. You can put it in now, and you're good to go. Yeah, he's got to have one of my pizzas. I'm telling you, people love my pizzas. I had a friend call me up and say, if I bought the ingredients, would you make me a pizza? I'm not kidding.
Wow, you must be pretty good.
People love my pizzas. I've had people say they like them better than real pizza, like a pizza in a pizzeria.
Yeah.
So,
well, I've had a few people tell me the book is well written. I've had a few people in the film industry as well as the comics industry tell me that book number 1 was well written, and they can't wait to see the second book and read it. So I thought I'd throw that in. Mm-hmm.
My kitten is here.
I see Kitten over there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. Good to see you. You're growing up.
Yeah, she's not listening. She's 11 now.
Okay. Yeah.
I told her to stop growing up.
Yep. Now's the time to stop, right?
So Gerald said, off to a great start. Good luck on your campaign, and have a good night to both you and Phil. Good night, Gerald.
Thank you, Gerald, for coming out. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Say good night real quick because we're going to wrap this up. I love you, Bear.
I love you too.
I love you, kitten. Ah, your noses. Come on. I love you. Sleep well, sweet dreams. God bless. Say good luck, Charles. Look, he's got 6 backers, $435. Tell everybody right now they want to pledge on Cold Kutter. Tell them. Pledge on Cold Kutter.
Pledge on Cold Kutter.
All right. Thank you very much.
Tell them. Come on, help Charles out. Pledge on Cold Kutter. Say pledge on
All
Cold
right.
Kutter.
Thank you.
She's shy. She's the shy one.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that was not. She's you made over, Phil.
This one? Oh my God! Yeah.
That one is.
She just said, "You got this." Yeah. This is
right.
the mini me right here.
Yep.
This is my little doppelganger.
Exactly. Yep.
Feisty with a good heart.
Yep.
Love you, Katie.
You too.
Sleep well. Sweet dreams. God bless.
Okay.
So, all right, that's it. We're gonna just one more time show you. Right now, it is live. $435. We are almost halfway to goal. Can we get Charles to goal funded in the first day? Can we do that, please?
That would be great.
Don't make me toilet paper your house. Come on.
That would be great. I would rest a whole lot better over the next few days if it funded.
It's very stressful, guys. It's very stressful. So if you can relieve that stress, make a difference. Believe me when I tell you, even if it's a $6 PDF, you're making a huge difference in someone's life because we bleed for this, and it is really scary and anxiety ridden when we do these campaigns, and nobody wants to see a lack of success. Nobody wants to see anybody fall. So even your $6 or $5 donation makes a huge difference, or sharing it out makes a huge difference.
Sure
share
does.
it in groups.
If you can just share it out, if you can't put any monetary on it, just share it out, and that's all I ask, and then you never know how much that will help.
Yeah, let's get them to 500 in the next few minutes. That's only $65 away. You know,
Right.
I mean, you could get a all in on that, or a couple of pick threes, or let's
Right.
get them to halfway there in the next few minutes. That would be great. That's a good sign. Yeah, you're starting pretty good, Charles. This is a good, strong start.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's pretty strong. Sure is. I'm really thankful for everybody who's pledged so far. Like I say, we got everything lined up. All the art's done. All the interior art's done. I'm really passionate about doing that. I don't believe I would want someone else to ink my series. I may
Right,
feel better. I may feel different about that later, but right now, that's just something I really enjoy doing. Is being able to write it, being able to pencil that. It's really storytelling. It's really one job. I
right,
mean, if you listen to people who do that, they will tell you it is really one job, but because it has to be mass produced, it's all broken down into, everybody's got a specialty, and they really are really good and gifted at what they do and very skilled, and they do it for time's sake. They can really concentrate. But I just really do love doing, the whole process, of writing, creating it, setting up the plots, doing the storylines,
How
and
does that feel,
storyboards.
by the way, when you do your work and you know it's all you, and then people are interested in buying it? Isn't that a great feeling? Isn't that amazing? Whether it's three or
Yeah.
3,000, just people are interested in this is amazing.
Oh, yes. It gives you a really gratifying feeling, that you can do something that people, love or have an interest in. And when they come back and tell you, hey, I really love it. I can't wait to get your next book. It's like, wow, it just recharges me, because I do run a business during the day. And sometimes that becomes at night sometimes because of the nature of my business. Right.
Right.
So it gets a little hard sometimes during the summer months to really have the extra time. So, but just having that extra little, hey, we love what you're doing. It kind of gives me a little extra second wind, because I do a lot of my work early in the morning rather than late at night.
Right. Well, again, I'm looking forward to seeing you fund, and you are going to. You're almost halfway there, and we've only been at this for an hour, not even 40 minutes. You've been live.
Yeah.
So if we can get just two other backers right now, get you to 500 or just over 500. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But if we get you another 6 to 10 backers in the first 24 hours, and we can get you
Yeah.
funded, that'd be a beautiful thing.
It would. It would really rest well, and it wouldn't be near as stressful as like the first campaign. It really took about 20 days, 25 days to reach the funding goal. But hey, it did. But I was pretty stressed out there. I have to admit, it is a stressful thing, and you know, we're just trying to do our best just to, you know, produce the book and make the project a reality. And we basically have to have readers. There's nobody out there that wants it. It's really tough to try to produce it. So
Agreed. So
Yeah.
look, Charles, I'm going to give you the screen, and I want you to tell us why my hard-earned money should go towards Cold Cutter 1 and 2.
Sure. Cold Kutter is a classic crime noir thriller. It's something that I believe in. I'm passionate about, really passionate about this book. I really believe that if you give it a chance, you just whether it's a PDF, a $5 PDF, whatever, but just check it out. Look at it. It's got action. It's got drama, suspense. It's got characterization. I think my art is it's right there. I really believe it's quality. But just check it out. And I've like I've said, I've got film. There's folks in the film industry and the comic industry that have told me the book is well written, and I believe that it is. I think it's a solid book. I've got a lot of things happening over the next issue in number 2. It picks up where number 1 leaves off with cliffhanger. Number 2 picks right back up. There's a lot of action, but yet there's a lot of new characters are being introduced, and it's not a one-dimensional book. It's got more facets to it that we're going to bring in issue number 2. and we're kind of seeing kind of where who's kind of behind all this, and why Dylan's being attacked and who's behind it. And it's gonna be some shocking things that'll really make you think, oh wow, So that's my my synopsis of number 2. I don't want to give any spoilers, and because you haven't actually, you're not holding it in your hands. So I don't want to spoil it for you, but that's what I'm really thinking. This what makes this book good is just the action, the classic feel, the classic noir feel, and the characterization. It's just I think you're really going to love it. Just give it a chance.
Very cool. Charles, my friend, I'm wishing you nothing but the best of success. I know how much you put into this. I know. I see the behind the scenes. I know how passionate you are about this, and I know how much you want to just put out a good book for everybody to enjoy, which it doesn't seem like the big corporations want to do this these days. So you're the kind of person we've got to support, even with your weird foot fetish. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Honestly, I'm rooting for you. I know you're going to fund, but I want to see you well beyond fund, because I know how much money goes into this, and I want to see you succeed, and I want to see a Cold Kutter 3. So everybody, support Charles W. Morgan. You can follow him on his Facebook page, Charles W. Morgan, and you'll get all the updates, etc. Or you can follow this campaign. If you're not ready or you're on the fence, follow the campaign, and you will be part of all the updates that go out, etc. And then, it'll send you alerts and let you know when it's going to end. That way you can decide at the end if you would like to do it. So even following helps. It also helps the algorithm and kicks on Facebook. So do that too. You can follow, you could share, you could donate, you could buy a PDF, you could buy physical books, you could buy art. There's so much you could do to help. And when Charles puts up a post, like it and comment. That breaks the algorithm on Facebook and helps other people see him. Don't just like it, comment. Just say, good job, looks great. It takes you 2 seconds, but you're making a big difference in the world of an indie creator.
That's right. I really appreciate you having me on tonight, and I really look forward to funding and getting this project going and get it in your hands.
And he does get it in your hands quickly. As soon as it comes from the printer, boom, he's mailing out. He doesn't waste any time, guys.
Yeah, we get right on top of it. And, the only thing that will slow us down will be the printer, because I've got all the artwork finished up, and we just got to letter some pages now. And that's going to be done during this campaign. So by the time the campaign ends, everything will be set and ready to go.
Hear that, Jason? You still with us? You got work to do. Get to it.
Yep.
All right, Charles, have a great night, my friend. And, I'll be helping you push this, of course, and you can promote and share on my page, and tag me or whatever you need to do. And let's get this funded in the first 24 hours.
Thank you so much for having me on, Phil, and for all you do. I appreciate you.
I don't do that much, but it's not a problem.
Yes, you do.
Jason's always listening. Have a great night, my friend, and let's go get this.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. So that's Charles W. Morgan. I'm just going to remind you one more time, guys. Cold Kutter, issue 2 with catch-up issue 1 is available right now on Kickstarter. And man, you could just do a $1 donation, a $5 donation, the $6 PDFs, or they're $10 books. You could buy all of them, pick 3. There's original art, 9x12 by Charles. You name it. This book has got talent like Larry Stroman, Joseph Rubenstein, and Mark McKenna on it, as well as Charles and Jesse Hagee and others. So, he's investing in this book on a high level to give you something great. So please come on out. If you like crime drama, if you like shootouts, if you like car chases, if you like relatable characters, if you like noir, detective, do this. I'm telling you, back this book. It is not a boring detective story. This book moves. The pace is solid. The writing is solid. The action is right there. And it's not what you think it is when you get to issue 2. So check it out, okay? Before we go, I want to give a few shout outs to some people. Jason Meadows is going to be launching his campaign for Tales from Neurosville soon. And I'm going to tell everybody right now that I fully endorse this book because it is a cleverly written series in the vein of Astro City, where it's an anthology series that is all bound and tied together by this one city. He has different books that highlight and feature different heroes throughout this world. And there are twists, there are ironies, there are things you don't see coming. And it's very cleverly written, and they're really solid books, and I enjoy them. So I want to let you know, keep an eye out. Tales from Neurosville is coming, and I'm going to be shoving it down your throat. Also, Cataclysm issue 1 by Rob Powers, which is Def Shogun, is launching May 15th on Kickstarter. This is the guy who does Penguino's Revenge that did very well on Kickstarter a few years ago. And he's got Penguino 2 right now premiering in an anthology series called Unknown Heroes, which is by James Aloysius Santana and Hunter Lira. I forgot his last name. I'm so sorry, Hunter. And they got a whole bunch of people together, and they're doing a superhero anthology book. I was in the first one. The second one I couldn't be. I didn't have time. And Unknown Heroes number 2. It is an anthology trade paperback of about 10 different stories, where Penguino's Revenge 2 is in it, as well as James' book and the other people's books. And then, of course, we have Rob Powers doing Cataclysm on May 15th. And I will wrap this up finally, and I'm going to do a video maybe around 10 p.m. tonight or 11 p.m. Premiering the trailer to Tragedy number 5. Tragedy number 5 is coming. It's May 16th. And if you haven't been on board the Tragedy train, you really should, because this is a book that Chuck Dixon, Peter David, and Howard Mackey say is well written. It is well drawn and illustrated, and it's action-packed. I have amazing covers by amazing indie and mainstream artists. You're just not going to want to miss this. If you're a collector, it's a book for you with big-name artists and awesome art. If you're a reader, everybody who reads it says they enjoy the book. It's a really good book. I'm not saying it, they are. And if you think I'm lying, prove me wrong. Go get the book and you tell me. Okay? So Tragedy 5 is launching May 16th, and I'm telling you, it's the end of the first story arc. It culminates to this big climactic thing. It's round 2 between Tragedy and Breath of the Dragon. There's a lot. She faces another villain in this book and wraps up something, and Breath of the Dragon faces his own villain. It's wall-to-wall action with good exposition. The book is just nonstop. It just kicks rear end. And I know you're saying, well, this is my book. I have to say that it is. I'm not even making that up. And you'll find out, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. And then we're leading into the trade paperback, which is going to be awesome. It's going to have a lot of goodies in it, including the Tragedy manga on the back. So there are a lot of great indie creators out there. Charles W. Morgan with Cold Kutter 1 and 2. Rob Powers with Penguino's Revenge 1 and 2 and Cataclysm. James Santana, Aloysius Santana, and Hunter with Unknown Heroes Anthology number 2 and 1. And man, the list goes on and on. And then we have Jason Meadows with Tales from Neurosville as well. Don't overlook these books, guys and gals. You don't know what you're missing. You really should give them a look. It takes nothing for you to just browse. For the time you could be browsing through stupid YouTube videos that are senseless, you could be looking through Kickstarter and maybe find the next passion project that you really love and you're really excited about and you really want to collect and see what happens. All right? So I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.